Welcome back to the Sports Source. They don't have a team bus. All right. Sorry, you guys. You didn't get to hear that. Welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Topoko Lodge. Rooms, suites, and cabins in the mountains right by a rushing river. Great dining right by the rapids. Facilities perfect for your business or church retreat, weddings, reunions, whatever. They can do it all. Whether you want one romantic evening or just a good day spot for a meal, or you're looking for a getaway, or you need a corporate place to go and take your whole business team, whatever, the historic Topoko Lodge has it all. Topoko.com. All right, let's take a look here very quickly. Future foes first results, say that 5 times fast. BYU coming in here next. They lost to Utah. Chattanooga won their first game. Florida 1-0. Georgia beat Vandy. Mississippi State 1-0. Didn't look very impressive against the Raging Cajuns. South Carolina, they don't look like they're going to be great this year. Alabama struggled early and then put away Duke. Kentucky struggled for a long time against Toledo. Missouri, a big disappointment at Wyoming. UAB struggles with Alabama State. Okay, guys, I just wanted to get that in there. Here's something I told Bob I was going to do this last week. I went back and found these numbers, and I was prepared to do a segment here. After a big win over Georgia State, I would come in and be Mr. Throw the cold water on and say, I don't think this team is as close to the turnaround as everyone thinks. 5-7 last year. That sounds like, break here, Terry. You're 7-5, 8-4. But I went back and I looked at SEC games only last year, and I wanted to see point differential, to see how different you are than your opponents in those games. Take a look at this, all right? Now, there were 7 teams that were in the plus last year. Alabama was on another planet, plus 261 through 8 SEC games. Georgia 125. Then it evens out. Tennessee minus 127. Now, you lost 5 conference games by 25 points. Ole Miss and Arkansas are worse than you. They play in the West. Look at it this way. The next worst team in the East is Vanderbilt. They were 100 points better in conference play than you were. Guys, thanks to yesterday, this stat is, like I said, kind of a no-crap Sherlock. But this team, I don't think, and who knows, they can still go 11-1. I may eat this stat. But as of today, this tells me this program is a lot farther away than people thought and wanted to think going through the season, going through the summer when they're all in the break here, break there. I don't think you're that close, and I'm not just saying that because Georgia State. We were ready to say this anyway. And your thoughts on that?
No, I thought that because I didn't think Tennessee was very good in the line of scrimmage. I didn't think the defensive line would be very good. The offensive line, I thought it would be better. I'm not sure how much better it is, if at all. I think it will get better. But because of the line of scrimmage, I did not think they would fare well against the better teams in the SEC. Certainly didn't think they'd lose to Georgia State. But to me, it's a line of scrimmage is where this team is not competent in terms of being able to compete with the best of the SEC.
Or the worst of the SEC.
Or the worst of the Sun Belt.
Yeah, or the worst of the Sun Belt. I really think that for this team going forward, I thought BYU was a bigger game than a lot of fans before the season started. We talked about it. That's kind of a 50-50 game, leaning a little bit to Tennessee, maybe a 55-45 game. I think now this game is monstrous because if you come out and you lay that same kind of egg, do you have guys start? They didn't look like they were playing hard yesterday.
I wonder if you got it after that.
Yeah. I mean, do you got guys come out and start checking out,
Well, and John, if the question, are you further away from being relevant, right? Forget about the Tennessee narrative for a second here. Who had a more disappointing opening game in college football than Tennessee losing as a 26-point favorite at home?
And almost losing by 15.
Really.
Junk touchdown.
So, I mean, that's how far away from relevance is that?
And I thought this quote that we've referenced a couple of times, let's put up the quote from Sean Elliott yesterday. We were in better physical condition. We wore them down in the trenches. That's unacceptable. And I know you've got young guys. I'm sorry. I also heard how second year in the strength program, our guys are bigger this year. None of it mattered. This team is further away, and not just because of the Georgia State thing. This team's further away, I think, than a lot of people thought going in.
Well, I had always said that 2020 was Jeremy Pruitt's make or break year.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now with this loss dragging him down, 2020, it isn't. Now that might be a make or break year. That is going to be a make or break year.
And what if that point differential gets worse? You're looking at 127. What if it's worse this year in SEC games? How hot does that seat get then?
Yeah, then that's an electric chair. All right, very good. Thank you, guys. Hey, when we got plenty more Georgia State to come. We got another half hour to go now on the Sports Source. But next, we're going to put you in the Chucky C-Note Casino. We're going to look ahead to BYU. We're going to do our pick segment next, and then we got more to come. So come on back on the Sports Source.